Thank you. Cool. This is my son, Caden. He will be entertaining us this evening. Um, okay, so I have a little like mini presentation with some visuals. I'll do a screen share in a minute. But before I do that, have you guys had a chance to play around with your workbooks and start filling things out, have questions or something that you're excited about you want to share?
I did. I looked at it all. I thought it was great. It was really organized and it's kind of definitely works for my brain.
Good to know.
I have a better like apps are so good for me, but I don't follow through on apps because I don't love to be on my phone. So this paperwork is like a dream. Like I work really well on that.
Cool. Thank you. Other thoughts or things? Who was it that said they were excited about colored pens and they were gonna like color code their workbook?
Stephanie.
Was that Stephanie? That's funny. Cool. Okay, so for me, looking at the habit tracker real quick, this guy, this has all 49 days all on one page. One thing that we have not talked about, because this is also designed for individual clients, is meal protocols. So for you guys, because I'm not giving you specific meal protocols or supplement protocols unless you want to meet with me personally and we can chit chat about things and go over your health history. I'm not going to give you any recommendations because I don't know your health history. If you want me to, great. If not, do your own meal planning and prepping and supplements as you go. And of course, I'm available if you have questions because lots of knowledge, no place to put it. So for me today, I have done a little bit of self-care. So I'm going to cross that off. This is day one. I took my son over to Lake Lowell to enjoy the sound of the water, and he likes throwing rocks in the water. And honestly, he was driving me nuts, following me around the house, bored all day. So I said, let's get some fresh air. So we sat by the lake and enjoyed it and stayed there and soaked up the sunshine. That was my self-care. App logging, nope, can't check that off yet. Supplement, nope, I forgot to take my vitamin B today, and that's one of my goals. But I did make my dinner that I had planned for today. So I'm going to say, yes, I got my meal protocol done. And my goal review, yes, my goal review is, I'm telling you for accountability as well, so hold me to it. I want to take my B vitamins and magnesium every day. My natural health practitioner said that those two things are natural supplements to help with ADHD. And I do take a medication for ADHD, but I really, really, really would love to see better results. So he said, try magnesium and B vitamin complex, and that should help make your brain lobes connect a little bit better. I was like, that would be great because they're not communicating very well. They're not friends right now. So that's one of my goals. And I'm going to write that down on my goal planner. So my priorities is going to be my B vitamin and magnesium daily. Sunday, goal planner, I did self-care, so I'm going to go ahead and write that and check it off, which is good. And before the end of the day, let's see, I did wash my hair yesterday, but I would like to take a shower so I can wake up early tomorrow. So Monday's goal is to wake up early, so I'm going to do shower tonight, wake up early tomorrow. That makes sense? So if I'm looking at my week ahead, so you guys totally take a minute and do this with me. Tomorrow, my son has his IEP meeting. Be on time for that. That's why I need to wake up early. Tuesday is a long work day, so I want to make sure Tuesday I have a lunch packed the night before. Wednesday is a free day, so I'll probably do extra self-care. Thursday I have an appointment, so I want to make sure I have a dinner plan. And Friday, the kids don't have school in my school district, so I need to be sure that they have a place to go. Probably going to grandma's house. We're gonna do a sleepover? Probably not. I have to think about it. This is why looking ahead is helpful. Oh, I know. I'll take an opportunity to make breakfast with the kids at home. Instead of cereal or run out the door. That'll be good. Cool. So there's a little bit of thought that I've put into the week so far. Give you guys a minute to work on yours too if you want to. Oh. They don't have school on Friday because there's parent-teacher conferences. Cool. So the next thing, not to interrupt, but just a quick example of this guy right here for the Sunday through Saturday tracking physical symptoms. I'm going to be TMI. Look away if you don't want to. But I did poop today, and it was around lunchtime because I woke up late and I had my coffee late. And then I feel like a 6, 7 on energy today. So I'm going to say 6.5 out of 10 because I was really irritable. I needed that sunshine break with my kiddo. And I did not remember my supplements, so I don't get to check any of those off. If I take my B vitamins too late in the day, I do not sleep. So I will not be taking them at all today, hopefully tomorrow. And I did drink more water, and I have some today, or right now here with me. So I get to check that off. I had water at dinner, I had water at lunchtime, and at breakfast. Cool. Oh, and I sleep. I think I fell asleep at probably midnight. No, 11. I fell asleep at 11 and slept till 8. I got 9 hours. Nice. Cool. So there's that guy for Sunday.
Do you want us to put the hours that we're asleep and when the times that we pooped?
So I don't think that the hours that you were sleeping is as important as how many hours there were. But if you want to put the times that you're going to bed because maybe you have a sleep hygiene goal, we could totally, put that in there because it's up to you on that one.
Okay.
The importance of sleep is going to be something that we do talk about during this whole process. And it's not a bad idea to think about what time you go to bed and what time you wake up. And then time of poop. It is important. And the reason why is because over the course of this 7 weeks, hopefully you'll find that your regularity becomes more predictable, because your body cycles should become predictable if you have great, humming machinery inside, So,
Okay.
does that make sense?
Yeah.
Cool. And then I'm going to pass the nutrition plan page for right now because it's a little bit time consuming. So I'll just let you guys do that on your own, or ask me if you have questions on how to fill that out. And then last but not least, for this week for me, I do not have a workout goal. I am recovering from some things. So my personal goals for activity or exercise this week are going to be going to red light therapy at my gym, because they happen to have a great machine there. And I would like to get sunshine as much as I can while the weather is warm. So I'll try to go for a walk a couple times. I went for a walk today, Sunday, and maybe Wednesday on that self-care day that I have this week because it's a little bit less full. And those will be my very light goals to start with. Okay. So, let's see, 7:15. No, we're doing fine. I'm gonna go through this little screen share display of some pictures and descriptions for our topics this week. We have calories versus nourishment, portion sizes, and macronutrients. Did anybody get a chance to watch the video now that I've got it actually uploaded properly? Sweet. Thoughts before we start with the little pictures?
I liked how you broke it down a little bit. You always hear the words, but I like how you define them. I thought that was really helpful to me because you hear those macronutrients and all that, and what does that actually mean? And I just really like the way you made it. You simplified it for my understanding.
Perfect. That sounds really helpful then.
Yeah, it was really helpful.
Cool. Okay, awesome. So we'll keep using that same information as baseline 101 for, as we are building on these things every week. So what I wanted to show you guys, if I can find the screen share, please. Apps? No, just kidding. Maybe? No. Host tools. I thought there was just there is a button right in front of me. Thanks, ADHD. Okay. Sharing my screen here. Maybe. It's not supposed to be this complicated. Eh? Okay. Well, what I really wanted to do is show you this little, oh, yes, okay. Fabulous, there it is. Can everybody see the screen that I have up with a copy of the picture that's in our workbook? So portion sizes, this is a fun one to learn about. One of the things that I find the most helpful about using the hand for portion sizes is it forces me to be building my own meal. when you are on the go and you have a pre-made meal that you are looking at buying, that means that you need to be aware of what is in your meal. So bringing the yes list with you, either like take a picture of it, keep it on your phone, bring it with you, or you can make photocopies and bring them in your purse. You can set them as your backdrop wallpaper on your phone. Like, I don't know, whatever works for you. But if you want to look at your yes list, then you're going to be building from there, and then your portions according to your carbohydrates, fats, and proteins. Fats are also called lipids on some types of graphs. So don't get confused. It's just basically the same word, and we're not going to overcomplicate it. Veggies here on this particular carbohydrates column that they have organized here is a little bit different than what I'm instructing you guys. I know that I said that veggies, a lot of them are just unlimited, and I stick by that. I'm not going to call veggies a carbohydrate because you will be very tired if you try to fuel your day on only vegetables. And I don't want that for you. I want you to have starches and fruits and healthy natural sugars in your carbohydrate options. But yes, eat lots of veggies because they're full of micronutrients, they're full of fiber, and the colors are going to be giving you antioxidants. They're going to be giving you all kinds of variety of things that you need. So the veggies in the carbohydrates column here, try not to overthink it too much. Eat as many as you want. The starches and the fruits is really where we're going to focus on that fist size portion. The protein, if you're not used to eating this much protein, it might feel like a lot, and that's okay. Get used to it. Your body will love you for it. And then the fats, that one's a little bit funny sometimes because you're like, well, how do I measure my thumb size for a piece of cheese? Like, okay, I know that usually if I'm going to eat cheese, it's bigger than my thumb. So make it 2 thumbs. Like, whatever. It's not that big of a deal. But if you're making like a handful of cheese on your meal, that's not a good portion. So see how we're changing our visual representations of what is actually an appropriate volume of these different types of foods by category. Questions on that? Okay. The reason why we do that is because of the chemistry of how these types of macronutrients work in the body. And one of the biggest things about detoxifying the body is decreasing inflammation. We're going to talk about inflammation during this process, but this is one of the greatest ways to optimize your nutrition and decrease inflammatory responses with your meals. So, next little picture here. Remember I made that joke about the hot dogs, like they could be each the same size, same calories, but totally different nutrient content. So if you are looking for ideas for how to identify what's in your food, or to see if it's considered processed, an ultra processed product, you can kind of use this basic set of checklist thought process. Does it add additional salt or sugar in your ingredients list? Or does it have high fructose corn syrup? That's a really common additive that creates certain flavors or consistencies in processed foods. It's very shelf stable, so it's optimal for a processed product. But we're trying to get rid of those kinds of things because they're not good for us. Does it contain hydrogenated or interesterified oils? Seed oils. Does it contain seed oils or hydrogenated oils? Canola oil, safflower oil, sunflower oil, rapeseed oil, cottonseed oil. What am I forgetting? Name another hydrogenated processed oil. Anybody?
There's always like shortening. You'll see that in there too sometimes.
Yes, thank you.
Sometimes even you got to be careful and make sure that your olive oil is actually real olive oil.
Oh, yes, thank you.
Mhm.
I don't know if you guys knew that. Any other ones you guys already aware of that I didn't mention?
I find it easier to list the ones that are good.
Yeah. Yeah. That's why I love the yes list, right?
Yeah.
And then another interesting way that you can identify something is ultra processed is how aggressive is the branding or marketing throughout the store or on the label itself. Are these people pumping money into the way it looks so that you feel a certain way when you consume the product? Doesn't matter if it's good for you or not. And then obviously this, bottom section, flavors, flavor enhancers, colors, emulsifiers, those things are going to be in your ultra processed products. So empty calories, not great for your nourishment level. I like visuals, so here's another one. Macronutrients. We're talking about energy, digestive health, and immune function. We'll go into more detail with that in the process of this program. Protein regulates your cellular processes, supports mechanical and structural function for the cells, and provides quite a bit of energy. Your body can convert protein into carbohydrate energy by popping off a nitrogen atom. So when you eat a lot of protein, you're not removing extra energy that you're used to from carbohydrate type sources. You're actually giving your body an environment to produce carbohydrate by a little extra step of energy by breaking down the protein. So not only are you giving yourself tons of that building block that you need for cells, but you also get carbohydrate energy by converting the protein into energy during that digestion process. And then lipids or fats, they are crucial for cellular function and structure. They help regulate your body temperature. They protect your organs. And physically, the fat around your organs is protective, but it also protects your organs working better on a cellular level. And then fat is helpful on purpose to help you store energy. So if you have you miss lunch one day and you've got a little backup store of fat, you're not going to fall over. Does that make sense? But if you're not eating enough, or the low fat diet trend thing made a lot of people really sick, you're going to end up with nervous system problems, headaches, slow digestion, all kinds of issues. So we love fat. We're not anti-fat here. And then micronutrients, just to touch on it, we'll go back into that on a different week, but micronutrients, just kind of tell you an overview: vitamins, minerals, and phytochemicals or phytonutrients. That's a fancy way of saying anti-inflammatory, antimicrobial, antioxidant type foods and components in those foods. So yeah, that's fun. And then that's a tiny picture, but here's our little, zoom in, a little visual for our portion size. And this is slightly different than my plate example on the video, except that I did have like a section of the plate that I showed. I could add extra leafy greens or whatever that I wanted to throw on there. So I guess it is actually the same. And then another visual, if you like this kind of thing, berries and certain fruits are very, very low glycemic index. We'll talk about that later, but they don't raise your blood sugar like other fruits do. So they're still fruits, but they don't impact that inflammatory response as much. Therefore, I like this picture because what if you like to put a bunch of berries and yummy stuff in your salad? It's not taking away from your portion size necessarily for your starches and carbs. I want you to know that we're not trying to overthink this too much. Pile the plants on your plate, half your plate, stuff your face, it's delicious, and make sure you get tons of protein and a good portion of starch. Another example, cartoony. And then I don't know if you guys want to take like pictures of this or whatever, but I am going to record it and send it to the group. So whatever works. There's that. We are running out of time. I have a few minutes left. There's my little photo display. There we go. Okay. So we went through some of the basics, practiced our trackers, talked about goals and our topics for the week. I think that was everything that I was hoping to cover. Do you guys have anything that you want to add or share?
Really good resource for, go ahead.
Nope, you go.
I have a really good resource for olive oil if you guys want to order. It is Temecula Olive Oil Company out of California. They it's fresh press, cold press. It is we are friends with them, and our daughters were good friends in school, and I can't recommend their products enough. They are all natural. Everything is grown on their ranch, organic, or they get from an organic farm. All the different flavors. The fruits are crushed with the olives so that you get the whole fruit. Like they have like a blood orange, there's a jalapeno, all these different roasted garlic. It's all organic produce, all crushed with it. Nothing is infused, which means heat and it denatures the proteins. So I highly recommend them if you're looking for a really good olive oil.
Yeah. Is that in Idaho?
It's actually in California, Temecula, California, which is in Southern Cal, kind of where we're from. And so they have their own ranch. They actually planted all the trees, two families, it's woman-owned business, two ladies. And they took their families out. They bought this piece of land and they all hand planted all the trees.
Wow.
So look them up online. It's Temecula Olive Oil Company, and you can order. And if we wanted to do if you just want to try it and we all want to order together, I think it's like $125 we have to spend for free shipping. But I highly recommend it. Their products are great. They
Thank
work with all the
you.
local farmers and things like that. It's just really great. It's a good, wonderful product. I can't recommend it enough.
Love it. I'm going to see if I can find do they have a website? And I'll put it in
They
the
do. Yeah, they do. I mean, it's spendy, but you're getting like, especially if you're making salad dressings and you're making like, things like that. It's not something, I mean, you can fry with it. I cook with it, but like, the jalapeno olive oil, put it in your fresh salsas, put it in your guacamole, we scramble our eggs in it. It's wonderful. The blood orange and and one of their vanilla fig vinegars, they also make them on, there too. Those are all great salad dressings. And it's all natural and it's just delicious.
Yay, healthy fat. We love that.
You're right. Good, healthy fat.
Thank you.
Mhm.
What I was going to mention is don't think well, I didn't know this until probably like 2 years ago. But for female hormones, we actually really do need carbohydrates. So that's why like women never really did well on like the Atkins diet and men did, is because our
That why
body,
we always crave it.
it's because our body actually needs it. And so I think we live in such a world where like carbs, no, like, no, it's really actually good for you too. Obviously in moderation, but it is
I
good
mean,
for you.
a portion size of this of white rice or a portion size of this of gourds and potatoes and like a variety of things. Yeah, they're completely different worlds, and you're going to feel different and you're going to feel better with lots of healthy carbs. Thank you for pointing that out with the hormones.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah.
I'm looking over your yes list at the fat section,
Yes.
and I think it would be really helpful to add in like the cooking oils and fats that are good to cook with. I think a lot of people struggle with that, and that would be really, really helpful.
Okay, what am I missing?
Um, so I think you put avocado oil, I would add like coconut oil
This-
and like tallow and, the good cooking fats.
I do not
Oh,
have
Oh,
nice.
you do
tallow in
put
mine.
coconut oil. Okay, I missed that one.
You're good.
Okay, never mind. I think I was just looking at it differently then.
I'm
Maybe
really
on
glad
the
that you
like
brought it up.
parentheses next to it, maybe say like cooking.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know about tallow until this year, if you can believe that. So I will definitely add that. Thank you.
Kind of trendy right now.
It is. Okay, tallow, and then highlight what is good for cooking. Thank you. Yes, and if any of you don't know, I'll just say really quick, your best options for cooking, because it's not going to change your molecular structure in a negative way once you add heat. Your favorite ones are going to be avocado oil, bacon fat, ghee, butter, or that's kind of it. Would you guys say any other ones that I'm missing? Oh, tallow is a good one. But olive oil
You
is
can do the
much
high
better
heat and
fresh.
olive oil. You can do the high heat and olive oil too.
You can. It does change it does change it a little bit. So olive oil is
Yeah.
best fresh, but you can use it cooked. It adds a little bit of an oxidant effect that isn't 100% perfectly wonderful, but it's still good.
If anyone needs pork fat, we butcher a pig in November and we always have fat left over.
Oh,
So
dang.
let me know.
I'll take some.
Mhm. Cool.
Right.
And
Well, all I know is I bake a lot, and so, well, I used to, but I do. I'm just gonna be real honest. I do. I'm a baker. I love it. I have switched a lot of recipes that called for, regular like vegetable oil and used coconut oil in it, and the outcome is actually
Mm.
better than that. Just the texture, the flavor. I mean, I've never really. We have a funny thing in our family, but it's called we don't add substitute or we call it ASS. You can't ask things. You can't add substitute or no substitution or no subtractions. So you can't do that when you first make a recipe. And so I did that for once, and I didn't tell anyone that we did the coconut oil, and they're like, "Oh, this tastes so good. This is like so different. It tastes like it's better than what you made. This is like the best one you've ever made." And they had no clue what it was.
I love it.
And I've got super picky, like very picky eaters. So, when I bake, it's very important that you stick to it and then you can do it. But
Mhm.
yeah,
That's funny. I love that story. And finding ways to sneak healthy fats in is so nice. It's so nice.
yeah.
We have 1 minute left. Anything else? Or we can just call it a day and have a fabulous evening.
Color today.
I hear you, bud.
Aiden says,
He's
meeting
done.
adjourned.
He would like his mom back, so
Yep.
All right. Thanks. I'm here this week. If you need anything, I'll be posting the visuals. I'm trying to think of the best way to share any resources that I give you on Sundays. So I'll get back to you on that. I'm open to ideas.
Could be
Thank
a-
you for everything. This is great.
Okay. Awesome. Have a good night, guys.
Have a good night. Bye.